Hello, this is Eleanor.
Hello, this is Phil.
And you're listening to a dad
and his daughter figuring out ADHD
out loud. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to a dad and
his daughter.
Yeah, figuring out ADHD
out loud.
Yeah, we can still got it. We're
just
all right.
About.
Good to have you with us. That's great.
Thanks
we
for putting
just
us
thought
in
we'd
your
pick
ears.
up a few bits. Putting what in your ears?
Thank you for putting us in your ears.
Putting us in your ears?
Well, with head.
Oh, we shouldn't put things in your ears. No, nothing bigger than your little finger. No, smaller than your little finger. Oh no, they're all right.
They're meant to.
They are bigger than their little fingers. So
yes,
that's all right.
That's
You can fit in my ear anytime. Is that right?
No, you made that sound really weird.
That sounds really weird. We thought we'd talk about daydreaming. We'd pick up a few bits and pieces. Daydreaming, maybe.
Yeah.
The way we carry things, that's another matter. Maybe even the use of notepads. But let's go daydreaming.
Let's go what?
Let's go daydreaming.
Let's just all daydream.
Let's go
3, 2,
daydreaming.
1. You're in a trance.
And here we go. So, what do you when you say daydream? What do you mean by daydreaming?
Oh, okay. I probably mean that I go off. I don't know. My brain goes blank.
Right.
But I'm obviously thinking
that's a very dull dream.
No, but it's almost like my brain doesn't then connect with my body, so my brain switches off from everything, and everything. It's like nothing's there. Like there's no lights on. This is why I'm saying It's dark. It's really weird how I daydream, but my brain's obviously thinking of everything.
Is it that you blank out everything else in the
It must
in the room?
be. It must be. Like even though I'm looking at you, and if I'm it's gone blank.
Yeah. And so, well, sometimes that's just a thought. Your brain's gone to something else you need to sort out, like that awful sinking feeling of what you have to do this evening.
Yeah.
Where you go, it might be something pleasant, but your stomach will still sink.
Especially if it's something you don't like, yeah.
And it's even worse if it's something you don't like. And so sometimes a thought about something, it could be anything. It could be something from 100 years ago or whatever. Obviously not 100 years ago because not even I was around
I was going
then.
to say, if I'm thinking about things from 100 years ago, I've got my age wrong.
But sometimes you actually drift into a space where everything else stops and you're just processing. Processing is probably the wrong word. You're just allowing thoughts to flow through your head.
I think that's probably what I mean when everything goes blank. It's not that it's it's not that I'm not daydreaming. It's just nothing is around.
I was going to say what's in your head. I mean, I'll come back to the point that if there's nothing in your head, it doesn't sound like a dream.
It's probably because my eyes aren't my eyes have stopped.
But what's going on in your head?
I'm obviously thinking of other things.
What? That's what we're digging around at. What are you thinking of?
I don't know. Sorry to interrupt your listening.
Yep, sorry to butt in.
If you like what you're listening to, please give it a like, follow, and subscribe to wherever you're listening to.
Yep, whatever platform you're on. Or follow us on Instagram.
It's ADHD.outloud.
That's it. Or you can email us or leave a message. The email is adhdoutloud@gmail.com.
Yep.
But really, thank you for listening and enjoy the rest of the show.
Enjoy.
What I tend to do is I tend to plot and think about things that are going on. I first mentioned this subject to you because I was sitting there thinking that later that day, or maybe even the day after, I knew we were going to have some sandwiches. So my daydreams sometimes will consist of me sitting there going, okay, the bread's in the bread bin. I'll get the bread out the bread bin, and then I need to get the spread out of the fridge, and then I'll spread the bread. It's like I've made sandwiches before. It's not like I've never done this before. I better plan out what I'm doing. I make them very regularly.
See, I class that as you're planning.
But why would I need to plan a sandwich? I actually think through the process of bread and then I'll put the mayo on, and then I'll put some lettuce on.
That is weird. That's weird.
And so I'm just thinking through what it is that I'm going to be doing when I get round 5 hours later to making some sandwiches. But that's weird.
No, I don't do that.
That's just processing stuff. But
it's just Yeah.
It doesn't need processing. It just doesn't need processing.
No.
Just go and make the sandwich.
But then I don't think and sit and think of what I'm doing. I will do that, what you've just done, but while I'm doing it.
So you do it out loud live. You do a live.
Do a live out loud. So I'll be like in my head, right, I need to go and get the bread. The bread's in the cupboard. I need to go and get the bread out. But as my brain is saying it, I am doing it.
Yes. It's almost a running commentary for a
and something it's just everyday things. It's everyday things that my brain just goes, you're going to talk about this. And then the worst thing is when you start saying it not in your head, but out loud.
Right.
While everyone else is there.
That's okay.
So,
it's okay for me. I'm not sure what everybody else.
So I'm not
okay
quite sure
me.
when I'm on my way to work, when I'm walking down the road and I'm then talking out loud.
Do you do that? We think, did I say that out loud?
Oh no, I know I'm saying it out loud.
Right, you're saying
that's the problem.
You know, when I held on to my ADHD proudly this week.
Oh.
I was over in Gloucester at the meeting, and we had a break for lunch, and I just felt that I'd got back in touch with, because we'd done a session. I was talking to the people there about. And here we go with the catchphrase. We'll talk about this at another time. We're talking about my mental health and how I lost a bit of myself, and actually discovering that ADHD was a real thing for me has helped me put myself back in touch with the person I used to be before I had mental health issues.
Okay.
So I was kind of coming off a high for lunch from this meeting. So I found myself going off to lunch. The people I was with had gone on ahead. So I just started to put my arms out like an aeroplane and sort of go, woo, and sort of put one foot in front of the other, going along the floor, going, woo.
Was there a line? Like
there was, yeah.
Okay.
There was a line, yeah.
That would make
I wasn't going off crazy aeroplaning out of nowhere. I could have ended up anywhere. I could have ended up in Malta or something. No, there was definitely a line to follow. So I just put the feet on the line, and I was going, woo. I think it was a woo. It might have been who. It might have been a little song. Doopy doop ba 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 da ba ba. Whatever. No, it sounds too jazzy for me.
Jazz.
Nice. And I didn't realise this gardener sort of chap was there. And he just sort of rested on his shovel or hoe or fork or whatever gardening implement he may have had. And he just looked at me with one of those adult, grown-up looks of a bloke, like, a blokey bloke looks.
What on earth are you doing, you mad man?
You must be...
But you know what?
What's
you might
wrong with you,
actually
look?
be thinking, I wish I could be an aeroplane.
Hopefully he was thinking, I wish I could fly like that. But I looked and I saw him glancing, and instead of going... My oft reactions. I better. What was the phrase you used the other day? I better adult.
I better do some adulting.
I better do some adulting and walk properly. Not necessarily along the cracks. I could just walk, just normally as if I'm just.
Do you walk on the cracks?
Nah, sometimes I walk off the cracks. Sometimes I walk on the cracks.
Oh, I try to avoid the cracks.
You see, that's me kicking in, going, screw that. I'm going to walk on the cracks. Yeah. No. I'm not doing this I see people avoiding the cracks. Get me.
Yeah, but I don't avoid the cracks.
Sometimes I walk crack over paving stones. Anyway, I looked at this bloke. I looked him in the eye and just smiled at him and carried on with my arms out down the road. It was just that ownership of, if I want to be an aeroplane flying along the cracks of the pavement, that's fine. So, I'm not. There is nothing wrong with me.
Absolutely not. No.
My just brain works in a way
wants to be an
aeroplane. Far more fun than yours, mate. That's a bit rude, because he might have loved it. He might have been sitting there daydreaming about who knows what.
Who knows what? Yeah. So, do you have out loud conversations you're going to have later that day? So, if you got to have a conversation,
yes, not often, but I've done it. Okay. Yeah. Well, you talk it through.
I talk about what I want to say, and I say about out loud, and I'm like, right, I'm going to say this, and I need to say that, and da-da-da-da.
Yeah, I often try out sentences. I often talk to myself in the mirror and try a sentence.
No, I don't do it in the mirror.
I talk to the mirror all the time.
I'm just walking.
Yeah.
In the everyday world.
If I'm walking.
Probably talking to myself about things I'm going to do later that day.
I love that.
Something about, and it just generally is to myself.
Yeah.
So that's, I suppose that's
yeah.
daydreaming, isn't it?
It's a form of daydreaming,
in a way,
yes,
so-
because you're creating a different space and a different
Yeah.
narrative to play with. And it might be as a plan for... That almost sounds too controlled that you're... And I do that where you
I don't
plan.
actually have the conversation though. Like that's the thing. It's sort of like
it's a dream conversation. Yeah.
And then it ends up on something else. So I don't actually then hold a whole full conversation in my head. It's
No,
like
but it has to be
just
out
a
loud
part.
to have the conversation
Yeah.
sometimes, doesn't it? You do chat to... It's... How do you describe that? You're not chatting to yourself, though you are, but sometimes you'll answer... There's another part, you'll answer yourself. So you will...
So your brain
you'll
thinks
have
of
the
a
whole
question,
conversation.
yeah, and
What am I going to do with this?
What am I going?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it literally, but you do say it out loud, and
Yeah,
you try
yeah.
not to, but especially if
Why do you try not to?
I think it's like I don't mean to it just comes out.
You just
So I've got my
speak to
headphones
things,
in.
yeah.
I'm singing to myself. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do a lot of singing along my walks. But then suddenly something will just pop into my head, like a question, and I'll verbally.
Yes,
Answer
answer it.
but
Answer it,
out
absolutely.
loud.
Yes.
And I
Yes,
think
you give
I've
an
said.
answer.
I
Because
think,
there's some things,
Yeah.
your imagination
but
has
the
come up with a
problem I think
question,
I
so you have to
sometimes
answer it.
have is I sometimes then go, oh, I've just answered that out, and I try and do it when no one's around, so I don't look like the mad
Okay.
woman walking down the street talking to herself because.
But that's not fine. You see, we're using stereotypes and old language there, which maybe we'll never reclaim it. But clearly, if you're neurodiverse, you're not a mad woman. So, and the world has to
Obviously.
understand that some people with certain brain patterns talk to themselves
Yes,
out loud.
but I'm not going
And if you
around-
can't cope with that, then you have to review the world.
It'll be absolutely fine, but I'm not going around with a massive like I haven't not so not everybody knows
it's
I have
not
ADHD.
that you should have a sign. It's not about the label. I am ADHD, therefore treat me differently.
Yeah.
It's different people behave differently, so get used to it.
And actually, I don't get any funny looks.
And it's not as mad as those business people with their
Oh, no, they annoy
Bluetooth phones
me.
talking along the street saying, "Yeah, Dave, oh yeah, pack that. Can you get that off by 2:00 this afternoon? Yeah, give it half an hour and I'll be with you."
I mean,
And
gone
you're
are
going,
the days when you know when someone's on the
Gone
phone.
are the days. Gone are the days.
Stop
Sorry,
it, 'cause that's gonna start me off.
That's massive wagons again. Sorry.
Love to you. No, because gone are the days when we know when somebody's on the phone, and that's what annoys me. Is because there's not
yes, they
none
used
of
to
this
hold their hand
or hold.
against
but
the head.
now they're
Now
just
they're
like
just
walking
walking.
around and talking like,
Loony.
okay. So I kind of can get away with it a bit because I have my headphones in that's got music playing. There's nobody there,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I do that.
I love that talking when I'm talking to myself. And as you say, a question pops into your head, so you answer it out loud. You answer the question, but then there's usually part of me that goes, "Are you sure? I'm not sure that's right." And I'll start having the conversation with myself to try and process.
I
But
suppose
sometimes that's really useful. I mean, in my job, when I'm having to give talks to people, I'm trying to write a talk, then actually to speak
just
it out
feeling it
loud
out.
and to ask the questions and the answers, it feels in my mouth what it sounds like, whatever. Yeah.
and get you. So I don't necessarily dream of sandwiches, but I do talk about dinner.
Right. Yeah, I only dream about sandwiches. I don't sit and vaguely dream about sandwiches. It's because, like you said, talk about dinner.
Yeah,
It's
so
'cause
then I
something
go,
has to be done.
oh, what are we going to have we could have this for dinner. I've got that in the fridge. And
But is that not just planning? Again, with this question, which we keep coming up with, is that ADHD or is that just, that's what people do? They plan, don't they?
I don't think so, because people who plan will have a good, concise, this is, so mine wouldn't necessarily happen. It's just an idea of like, oh, what could do that.
Okay.
And I could, oh, but
I don't know if that still
I'm
sounds
not,
like planning to me.
all right, Mr. Planning
you have to dig
Police
it
over
out.
there.
I'm just trying to
but
tease
I'm
out.
not like making a physical action plan. Like,
Right, there's no result.
There's no result. It's
resulting-
just me.
Okay, that's what we're doing then.
yeah, it's no sort of, it's in my brain, so it's happening. It's just,
Okay.
I'm just having a chat to myself about what I could potentially have for dinner.
I think I probably do food quite a lot because as you were speaking, I was thinking I will
don't-
sit and think about like frying some
mean,
onions but then I so what's going on in my head is I'm imagining the oil heating with the pan and then I'm chopping the onions
Yeah.
and then it's in. So it's not planning. It's just allowing, because I think it's guys I really enjoy.
Yeah, I was going to say,
cooking,
you are the cook in the house, aren't you?
I really enjoy it.
So when you are cooking...
So it's a pleasant thing to dream about things that I like doing.
Okay, so when you're doing cooking, when you're cooking...
Yeah.
What's your brain... are you...
Oh, I have this ridiculous thing. And maybe this is another topic. Why do I try and do things as fast as possible? Did you that? I'm cooking.
You're not
I've got plenty of time to cook it. But I'm finding myself rushing because it's got to get done. Do it.
So you have. Does your brain tell you?
That's that motor, isn't it?
Yeah,
I never understand.
But does your brain go right? You need to start cooking at 5:00, and then it gets to 5:00, and you're not cooking. It's like I said I wanted to cook it. So then you like.
This is where I'm different to what I've read about ADHD. There are certain... I do not lose track of time.
No.
I can get absorbed and the time's gone.
Right.
And maybe if I'm painting, certainly if you're on the computer. But I generally throughout the day do not lose track of time. And maybe it's because I'm reliant on getting the food ready for the family. But and maybe because I do a lot of thinking.
But then
so if I'm cooking a meal, first thing I know is how long is that going to take me? And I go, then what time do we need to eat? And then I work back and say, well, I need an hour for that. And I will sit and process through all that needs doing to get the food on the table at that time. And so I know roughly when to start. Sometimes I'll overplay it and it takes longer than it should.
Yeah.
But
so
then,
I'm
of course,
wondering then, because that you're saying that as like that, I'm wondering whether that's your type of ADHD where you then aren't losing track of time. And because me certainly with time, I want to be there a good so much time before.
I hate being late. I have to be early. I have to be early.
I need to be early.
I am late, but not I made a deliberate choice.
Yeah. But then
early.
If somebody says to me, right, we're going to leave or we're going to start doing this at 5:00 and...
Right. You do that thing where to make sure you're not late is you'll get there at 3:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm then, so we do dinner about 5:30-ish because then everyone's home from wherever they need to be. But at 5:15, if no one's mentioned the word of dinner... It's gone. My brain's kind of going... When it starts panicking that we're not going to get dinner on... the right time.
See, that's the thing. I don't think we're constantly inattentive in that sort of vague sort of, any old time, whatever. Which is impressive to sometimes get. The ADHD is about, you lose track of time, you don't know, you're always late, you whatever. Because sometimes I'm intensely aware of what needs doing at what time. Yeah. And I therefore I think I can come home and make sure I'm home in time to start cooking. I suppose I clear the decks to make sure I'm ready to start cooking. Yeah.
And then again, I suppose because there was only you and my mum that you're cooking
at the moment,
for, it's kind of a bit like it doesn't matter as too much of when things happen. You can be a bit relaxed.
Yeah. Sometimes I go off too early. And then the food's ready and your mum's not. and especially when she's out in the garden.
Oh no.
I'm going, what do I do now? The food is now ready.
But there's a whole, and I think it is very much sort of like you've got one type of ADHD, you're inattentive, and
we need to explore that.
And we do need to kind of look into what, because we are very different in terms.
We shall write that down in our little book.
In our book,
things to talk about, which is
this is the
thing.
We
need to work out the differences. You keep saying this
to me, don't you? About I need a notebook.
You
need
a notebook.
And I turned to you when you said that, and I was a bit like. Yeah, you know my problem with notebooks, don't you? And you were a bit like, what?
Well, no, I'm looking over the shelf over there. I'm looking beyond you now to the shelf to my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 notebooks.
Okay, and so I'm now going to say that I'm jealous of your 31 notebooks because in every single one of your 31 notebooks, have you gone from beginning to end?
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
no. They're not full.
No, okay.
No, just most of them have only just started. But
So-
I made sure that this year, when I moved to this house, they stay there until I filled the notebook over there, which is on my desk.
Somewhere.
And that's got everything in. And
Okay.
I'm so proud of myself that I've kept the whole year's work to one notebook.
I am proud of you. I
Everything's
think
there.
I need to give you a sticker.
I need a notebook, a well-used
So
notebook
going
sticker.
back to my notebook issue,
Yes.
as what I was trying to say to you before you rudely interrupted with your 21 notebooks, was that I love a
Just
notebook.
because you're jealous of the number of notebooks I have.
I love a notebook. I really do love a notebook. My problem is starting the notebook because I don't want to ruin,
don't ruin the notebook.
Don't want to ruin the notebook. And my ADHD, and this is only me, so if you are
Might
the
not
same,
be.
please let me know. But if I do it wrong,
That's ruined the notebook.
that's
You want
ruined the
another
notebook.
Just,
And I struggle, and somebody might out there will go, well, just cross it out
cross
like
it
you
out.
do when you're a teacher, told
Yeah,
you.
yeah, no,
or,
yeah.
or rip the page. Ripping
No,
the
no, it
page
doesn't-
out of
no.
a notebook. I'm sorry.
when I have finished that notebook on the desk, I shall turn to my 21 notebooks. And you know what
Much
I'll do?
random with a dice.
You know what I'll do? I'll look at the 21 notebooks and I'll go out and buy a different notebook.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Anyway, we were talking about daydreaming.
well,
But,
it's kind of part of it, you know.
And I can't remember why we were talking about daydreaming, because I daydream. I just wanted to get onto that because I did ask a question. You didn't know what you were daydreaming
No,
about,
because
and we got onto talking.
I think I
whatever.
just go off.
I think sometimes. Oh, that was what I wanted to do. When you're talking and walking on the street, which we decided is a form of daydreaming, do you talk to the world around you as well?
What, like hello dog and hello tree?
Yeah,
I say hello to the birds.
yeah.
And I'm sure people who have dogs that are walking dogs, because I do say hello to the dog before the owner. So I'm like,
right.
oh, hello, puppy.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
kind of.
But everyone says hello to a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I say hello to the daffodils. I was
don't see any
doing my running
daffodils,
training, and the daffodils came up. I used to say, "Go on, daffodils, you can do it," because they'd just come out. They weren't quite in flower, and I'd go, and because they're daffodils, I'd say, "Diolch yn fawr," which is Welsh for "thank you very much." "Diolch yn fawr, daffodil," and come on, you can do it. And it was talking out to the world. I will talk to inanimate objects quite regularly. But I think that's part of the daydreaming process, because that's just imagination, just putting character into things.
Okay,
and
so I don't
engaging
necessarily
with
talk to inanimate objects by
them.
going
Who do
hello
inanimate objects?
or whatever. But if something is broken,
Okay.
like a wall has fallen down,
Oh, poor
or
wall.
I go, oh dear, what happened?
What happened to you?
What happened,
What happened to you?
What happened there then? And then
All
I
right,
start
well.
like daydreaming.
So you start dreaming about what might have happened
might
to the
have
wall.
happened,
Yeah.
or because I take the same walk all the time, some things change, and I go, oh look, that's
And that's one of the deeply frustrating things about the ADHD stuff, is that one of our, and I'm not comfortable with the term superpowers. I'm just
like
not,
superfoods,
'cause
but it's not.
I'm, leaving things on the printer is not a superpower. But
Leaving.
someone said, "Oh, your ADHD, you got a superpower." I said, "What? Like leaving things on the printer before I go out to a meeting?" I printed that off. Oh, great! Did you take it to the meeting? No, you didn't. I've left.
How is that
I've
a
left.
superpower?
Exactly.
That's more the most annoying thing
It's not
ever.
really a superpower, is
No.
it? But we are very creative. We're furtive imaginations. We will create stories and images, whatever. Our nemesis, as it were, our downside to that is we can't be bothered to do anything about
No.
it.
No. So our brains want to, it's like I would absolutely love to be able to write a book.
Write a book, write a
I'd
story.
love to be able to draw.
Yeah.
My brain goes, you can do it, off you go.
And you can.
And you probably can.
You can.
But to sit down and actually do it, your brain just sort of goes,
Yeah.
nope.
Yeah, you can do it. You just can't do it.
Yeah. It's literally like your brain thinks of all the things that you could do. You could, do this. And, like you say, write a book. Okay, so you start getting things like you're thinking that you need, like a notebook and pens. And then as soon as you sit down...
It's just, before you need an idea.
What?
That's the first thing.
Yeah.
And we're full of them.
But like, it's like you get a pen, you get your pen, you get your paper, and it just suddenly goes,
Gone.
And it's like your brain just switches off from that
No.
creativity that you've been daydreaming.
God,
So you'll
no.
think of all the things you could do in this story.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you go and get this pen. It's almost like you've picked up the,
You know what you need?
the off switch.
You know what you need to carry with you all the time?
A miniature notebook.
A notebook. If you only had a notebook.
And where can I get one of those from?
Well, not off my shelf for a start. you're not having any of them.
I mean, most of you know, I work with stationery. I work in a
with
shop
stationery.
with stationery. So I'm surrounded by notebooks. And they're all lovely notebooks.
They are very nice notebooks, some of them. I shall be into your shop and getting you a staff discount for my new notebook when that one's full. It's about 4 pages off.
I'll see you in a week.
Yeah, yeah.
But to start a fresh notebook, it's like you get
love
it. And the excitement is like, oh, yay.
I love it. It's great.
And
I
then
love writing.
I hate it because as soon as my
No.
pen touches, as soon as
No,
my
no,
pen,
no.
yes, as soon
The
as my
first
pen,
page is beautiful, and then
the chaos happens.
you go, oh no, I've ruined the notebook.
Yes. Because I've wrote, and it can just be one word
Yeah.
that sends the whole thing.
Is it? Could you do it like if the word you wrote was in this beautiful, these people can write calligraphy and do beautiful writing and
I hate those people because I'd love it.
But if you could do that
beautiful.
at the first word in your notebook, you might go, oh, what a beautiful notebook.
Yes.
But because our handwriting is our handwriting, you write and you go, oh, that's just ruined it.
Yeah, so your brain thinks up how your writing is going to look. I don't know if yours does, but my brain goes, it's going to look like this, and it's going to be beautiful, and your notebook's going to be wonder. And
Yeah, we've run out of time.
oh wow, would you look at that?
I'm looking forward to getting a new notebook. I am. Because that one's full, I mean, from front page to back page, which
I've
is something I
never
don't think
done
I've
that.
ever done before.
Never done that.
I'm going to splash some cash on a really nice notebook. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, everyone, enjoy your week, your time, whatever
Yes,
you're doing.
have a lovely time.
Enjoy our next podcast. Enjoy if you've enjoyed this one. Please like, share, thumbs up, all the stuff.
Share.
Keep talking about us and keep listening. Thank you for being there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Music written by Benjamin Tissot, supplied by bensound.com. Free music for videos. A Dad and His Daughter podcast is a Perfect Little Gentleman production.